Hey you guys, it is Gigi here with Invite the Light. Coming to you with another reading. Ooh, sorry. I was trying to get it right. Let's try this like this today. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Hello. So we're doing Meghan. I hadn't even asked about Meghan. These cards just this one was hanging out from the last reading, this one also. And then there was something that happened and I was like, yeah, I get to my reading with Meghan. And then I was like, oh, this is actually pertaining to Meghan. So whoosh. This is confirmed. Wow. I'm gonna take these. Whoa. Wow. A little bit that there. Put this here. Put this there. And every once in a while, I'm just gotta take the cards like that. So I will. Oh, that's from a song. So let's see. Let me do this. This is a bonus clarifier. Okay, so that was interesting. Just for some of you who are like, why'd you do it like that? Yeah. So I just did clarifier card. So Meghan is back home. Now this is over. This is her second wave of just feeling kind of released from the situation. She's really done a lot of yoga, which is really nice, kind of releasing her body, releasing the trauma. I think the biggest thing was really getting out of. I hear cesspool. I love London. I don't refer to it as a cesspool, so I don't want anybody to think that. But like energetically, she was kind of in that. Now that she's kind of been in Canada, she's kind of thawed out of it. Sorry, I gotta take a break here. I'm so sorry, by the way, for those of you where I got up the other day and there was like this nasty napkin right in my business district, as a wise yoga teacher would say, down there under the business district. Well, the thing is that my ass sat here and decided to eat cinnamon toast with currant and a little bit of drizzle of like the simple caramel, but darker. And I got up like with the plate or whatever, and the napkin must have fallen off. And I literally sat right down on it. So when I got up, that's all you guys saw. And that was just nasty. I'm so sorry about that. But just know it was my sloppiness from eating here at the table that I read at, trying to rush and just not paying attention. It doesn't stop me from eating again here. So every few minutes I will need a bite. Or every few seconds, one of those. Okay, so she's back. She's had a time to ground and stuff like that. She's even taken a little quiet time from the baby. I feel like her best friend is a little spiritual too. And I feel like her best friend spent some time like in prayer with the baby and kind of like training the baby to be quiet a little bit. Although I kind of think a baby is quiet anyway. But there was that. And the reason why, her friend steps in so hardcore for her is because Megan was getting super overwhelmed. Like, let me just see. I want to say emotionally, but I won't. I will actually say, publicity wise, she's just super overwhelmed. I think the paparazzi, stuff like that. I think she didn't want the baby exposed like to the paparazzi and stuff, and people are really aggressive. We've seen how people have been, both from Aisha Curry's story and Steph Curry's wife's story, where a woman opened the door. She was in there fixing a baby in the little seat. Some random ass woman opened the door to look in on her baby and decide like lean all in and like want to take a picture and all this. And she was like, "Excuse me, this is my car." And I mean, what are you doing? And she was like, you signed up for this. And so getting back to Megan, with the paparazzi and stuff like that, I have to say myself, I kind of really sort of, even though I could see in the cars that Megan is well intentioned and everything, I couldn't understand fully, except the fact that it is a long journey back to London from Vancouver. That's a really long journey for a baby. Um, and I just couldn't see how Megan would leave her child like that twice. But, I don't know her and I don't know the circumstances. I only know that there's so much with the big decisions that Harry said he made. So she left the baby and stuff like that. But now I could kind of see like she I think she was originally going to take the baby, but she's just super overwhelmed in her communication. Her friend actually offered, like, look, you know what? Why don't you consider just leaving Archie here? You don't have to worry about the paparazzi. We'll keep him on the inside. We'll keep him on the property. And why don't you just go and do your thing? Just go and do what you have to do over there. You and Harry need not worry, and you don't need to either. You don't need to have extra worry. Not that they don't need to worry about their child, but you know, they just don't need to worry about protecting their child. This is also another reason why I think you used to see Angelina Jolie carrying her children a lot when they were really still well big, and used to wonder, oh, at first like, oh, that's interesting that she carries her children. Then you realize, oh, she picked her children up so that she can maneuver, even though her child can walk on their own very well. And she picked them up so she could shield and maneuver them because the paparazzi is so overwhelming. So you just have those things where that was what it was. So I think the friend, you know, I think a friend is a lot more spiritual. I have to do a reading on her now because now I'm interested to know like what are the details. I think her friend is kind of spiritual. It's almost like nowadays, and I think it's getting even more to the point where people can't really afford to not be kind of spiritual and be into protecting their energy and all these things. So anyway, yeah, I mean, she's back. I even think that, her friend might have even stayed on a day or two afterward just to help Megan because I think Megan was in a little bit of a bad state after London. I think she also felt it doesn't matter what I do, there's still going to be a nasty treatment. It's almost like, you know, she felt a little abused and disrespected while trying to go back and do the right thing um, as well. Really disrespected, like slighted, outright ignored. And we kind of saw some of that on TV and stuff like that. So there's that. But overall, in general, there are a couple of organizations that I think she's partnering with that are going to be absolutely amazing, both here and in England. You guys, she's very well respected with the organizations that she worked with in England. Um, I just think a lot of people don't know her personally enough to really, oh, this is what the cards are saying, to really kind of spread the word, or really, like, she hasn't been established fully in the public's eye because you'll only get bits and pieces of her. Um, and dealing with like an overall media outlet in public that are really operating in a lower, like in a lower vibration, let's say. Oh, so let me pull back for a second here. Oh God. Yummy. My pardons. I really did unleash that snack at the wrong time. Um, let's see. Yeah, so I feel like she's feeling good. She's starting to feel better. I think she had a lot of anxiety, probably especially going back to London, especially with the cards that I saw. And I think that Megan will return to London. I think she actually really quite likes London. I'm gonna look into that a little later. But London is such a great city, and it's so, there's it's got tons of great culture, as you know. So I really don't see her being able to stay away from there ridiculously long. As I don't really think she and Harry are going to be setting up in another city. I haven't really looked into that, but I just suspect that they're going to be very focused with London, and then I guess they'll have Canada, and then maybe they will move to LA. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure that I think that that's going to be the case. I don't think that Megan really thinks that LA is healthy. I feel like she thinks something about the air there isn't really good, and I don't think that they want to subject Archie to that. I feel like um, I feel like some of the organizations do really want her to come back over to London. She wants to really go back over to London, but they want stuff to kind of die down first a bit. And so for right now, she's kind of chilling. But rest assured, Megan has really high blessings. And, guys, for those of you who just really don't care for Megan as well, she has these blessings because she commits to it every day. She commits to being in her birthright every day. Like literally, you could just see it in the cards. She purposely commits. She doesn't wake up haphazardly and just run off to work and do this and do that and then dive into a whole bunch of TV when she gets home. Not that there's anything wrong with TV, but she definitely is spending her time a lot of different ways, and it's working out great for her, and it's in super high integrity here. I mean, you cannot argue with these cards. You just cannot. One, two, and three. Like you can't argue with these cards. These are cards of just the highest levels of integrity, period, in the entire deck. You can't argue with them. I hear she's writing a book, but I get no more information other than that right now. And I feel like, it's weird. Her father is kind of struggling a little bit, kind of with all of this. Something may have happened, and I think it may have to do with something kind of like her friend did, some form of meditation or something, but it kind of does have her father like kind of thinking, a little bit. I'm not sure that that will be long lasting or to move him out. To move him kind of out of just attacking all the time. So let me see what else is going on here. Yeah, there are a lot of people who really, obviously, they love Megan, so their interest is to get rid of the sources of her sources of disharmony, taking her out of character from which they know her, to be in, and having her off kilter, And so, yeah, what I see is that like her father, somebody may put a chill pill on him, just to lay off these money sources, like for real. I don't know, cards. Have you shout that out? There's a little bit of a chill pill on him, but I'm gonna go over because there's actually a lot more. But I just did another reading online for Idris Elba, and I need to take a few moments. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this time to go over to an extended reading. I just see there's actually a lot going on still here with Megan, that I want to focus on that I haven't addressed yet. So we'll be talking about her future participation in some things. I'll be talking about, yeah, I feel like, there's a lot more to do with London. So I'll be talking about that. There's a lot more for her personally. There's an issue, there's something with her father as well. I want to check that out. And so, and a few other things. Archie and um, Harry. All right, guys. I will see you on the extended, or I will see you the next time. Thank you. Bye.